What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name's Steven Vetri, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and give the video a like if you want further Photoshop content. So today we're just going to jump right in and talk about the basic text tool and all the features that comes with that. So the basic text tool, you can find that right above the mouse and below the pen. And within it, there's also 4 different things. But let's just start with the first one. The first one's just your basic horizontal. You could type it that way. The second one is actually your vertical. So if you want to type up and down, you can do that too. And then your next 2 are actually called your path tools. So your mask tools. So your mask tools, actually what they do is, let me go over here and let me make my background a different color. So let's make it black. And then we can go in here and we can click on the mask tools and we could type, right? And then click. So when you type that, you're going to want to go ahead and click back on the layer. And then it's going to give you these dotted lines or marching ants, whatever you call them. And when you do that, you can hit the delete. If you want to delete that out of the background, you can actually go to the paint bucket. You can find a color if you want, and like do that. I don't know why you would want to do that when you can actually just type in that color. See, but you could do different things like that. You can move this around if you want to, different things. I'm not going to jump too far into it, but it is neat what you could do with that. Let's jump back to the normal text tool. So if I'm on the normal text tool and I want to make my text black, let's do that. Let's type hello, right? And actually, if I highlight this, I can jump up here to this little emblem thing. And up here is all different styles you can do. So you can make it an arc. You can make it a wave. You can make it a twist. Anything really you want to do. So if I stay with twist, there's also a little menu in here within it, and you can change the bend of it. What other way? You can change the horizontal and vertical distortions. You can make it more vertical if you want up here. You can make it more horizontal. There's really so many things you can do. You can do that with all of them. They each have this, so you can play around with that, see which way you like it. And then right next to that is actually a little folder, and if you click on that, you see it opens up a menu over here. So you can actually just click on this A over here, and these are your characters and stuff. So basically what's in here is your font size, your bold, italicize, if you want the letters stretched out, if you want them taller, if you want them shorter. That's basically everything that's within here. So let's go ahead and start. So this is going to be just our point size. So if I want to make that like 50, it's going to get huge, right? But let's not do that. Right here, this VA with the arrows under it, this is actually just how far apart your letters are from each other. So if I want to make that something like 50, you could see it starts moving away. If I want to jump that up to like 500, they start to get stretched out. And I can actually go negative. If I want that like negative 200, you can see they get jumbled more together. So let's just put that back up to like 10. And then right here is actually how tall your letters are. So right now it's at 500. If I put that up to 1,000, you're going to see it's going to get a lot taller, right? But if I want to drop that to something like 50, you can barely even read that now. So I don't know why you would want to do that, but it's an option, right? And then over here is actually how stretched your letters are going to get. So if I put that to 500, the letters themselves are getting stretched. And if I drop that to something like 50, you can see they get closer. If I drop that to even 5, you can't even read it. So let's put that back up to like 250. And then right here, your first T is actually your bold. So if I click that, it's going to bold it. You can't really notice too much just because it's just bolding up black. So you can actually add like a stroke to this too in effects that I'm going to be talking about effects in another video. So you can actually add strokes to it. So there's so many different ways you can go about it. If you want to italicize, it's just a slanted T. Right here, it's going to make all your letters capital. The next one is going to make all of them capital, but it's going to be smaller. So there's something like that. You can raise it. You can drop it lower. You can put an underline. You could put a line through it. There's so many different things you could do within here. Color is right here, or also color is up here. And I actually talked about color in my last video, color and gradients. So if you want to go check that out and leave a like on that. I talked about all the different things you could do with gradients, custom gradients, and everything with that. So that's pretty neat. Let's get rid of this now and actually go talk about paths. So paths are interesting because if you go down here to the shapes, right, and I want to pick a polygon, right, I can make this, and when you make your shape, make sure it's not on shape, make sure it's on path. So make sure path is selected. You go back to the text tool, and if you hover over it, you're going to see this little wave squiggly line pop up right under your cursor. And if once you see that, that's good. Then you can click, and you can actually type around the path, which is really cool. And another cool thing is that I mentioned in my first video, the intro to Photoshop, you can make custom shapes. So if I want to go in here, click on custom shape within the shapes, and then up here a little menu drops down. If you don't have them all, you can actually click this, hit all, or you could pick a category that you want, and then you can scroll through and you can just find one that you want. So if I want this one, say, right, this little speech bubble, I can actually pick that, and then I can go back to my text tool and I can hover over and I could just type. So right now the font's big, so let me drop that down so you can see it. I can actually type around this. Right now it's upside down, but I can actually go ahead, you get the gist. I could type whatever I want around that. So that's pretty neat if that's useful to you, that you need that for a project or something coming up. So that's neat. And then one last thing I'm gonna just talk about in this video briefly is if I wanna go ahead and just text hello again, right? I can click on the layer, and if you're done with everything, you don't need to make any changes or anything. You can actually right click and just hit Rasterize Layer. And then if you hit Command or Control T, it's gonna bring up this box. Right click again, and then you have all these different things. You could distort it, you could warp it, and warping is pretty fun because it brings up all these grids, and you could just like pull it around if you need to warp it around a picture, and then these other little lines, you could pull it back up. So if I'm trying to warp this like around a circle, I would probably go like that path tool and just type it around. But if there's like a picture that's like kind of hard to type it around, you can go ahead and you can like warp it, and this way you can like make it your own creative little saying, I don't know. And then when you're done, you just hit enter or return on a Mac, and it just comes out obviously warped, but like you can make it look how you want to make it look. So that's basically it for text tool. I'm going to end the video here. Again, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, and go check out my other tutorials. I'm going to be coming out with further tutorials in the future on all these different features and everything you can do in the world of Photoshop. So again, thank you for liking. Peace. Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm back again, just reminding you to hit the subscribe button that's above me and go check out some of my other videos that will be linked over here. And if you look all the way up on the top of the screen, you'll see some of my social medias that I'm going to link down in the description for you. And all the way in the top left, you'll see my Fiverr that you can go check out some of my gigs that I have on there. It's actually Steven Vetria, as you can see up there. So again, thank you so much for watching. Peace.